So, you know how, like in the 1800s and even the early 1900s, if you had a kid that was just utterly psycho and crazy, they automatically assumed that they were possessed by a demonic being and needed to have an exorcism?
Yeah.
You know what? You know what? Having an autistic little guy, I've come to the conclusion that they weren't demonic. They just had autism and were having an epic meltdown. Because whenever my kid has a meltdown, man, that shit looks demonic as hell. I think I'm on to something. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty confident. When did you get out of policing?
Oh Lord, 20 years ago. I'd
I'm
be
sure you had those.
I'd be retired right now.
I'm sure you had those types of calls.
Oh yeah.
Have you ran the new Daytona track? Well, the modified, updated Daytona yet?
No, I hadn't. All right, I think we got the connection fixed now. I don't know what was going on with all that.
Do you think the Titans are going to make the playoffs, or they're going to? Well, they made the playoffs. So you think that they're going to make it, or you think they're going to choke like they do every year?
I think they actually they've got all the personnel to do it. I hate to say either way because I mean I thought Bama would have won the other night too, and see how that turned out. So
I'm not the biggest Titan fan in the world. After whenever we got what was his name, Pac-Man Jones.
oh yeah,
That's whenever I lost a lot of interest in him, and then I've had so many run-ins with him, on my side of it. But I do have a funny story about Kenny Britt, if you remember him.
yeah, dude.
Do you know where Harding Place intersects over I-65?
Yeah.
All right, so I was working midnights, and I saw this like brand spanking new, kind of like Dodge Charger or Challenger. It was like orange, bright orange, and it was hiding behind that Shell gas station over there. And I was like, oh, somebody doing some sort of drug transaction or whatnot. But the tag was from like Jersey or something. And I ran the tag and it came back to a Kenneth Britt. It didn't dawn on me who it was at first. And I go up to the car and it's him. It's Kenny Britt. And I still didn't know who it was, but he had this really, really young, attractive white female in the car with him who was just incredibly hammered. But he and he gave me a driver's license. I said, "What are you doing?" And he's just like, trying to get lucky, essentially. And it wasn't until I went back to my car and I was typing in his driver's license number that it clicked and it dawned on me. I said, "Oh hell, this is Kenny Britt." This was the same day that we did that incredible win over, I think it was Washington, where he got that like last second play where he ran it into the end zone, but the play before that he had it was a fumble. He got hit so hard he just straight up dropped it. So I tell him, get out of the car, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, I know who you are, and why can't you get a hotel? And I'm like, oh, that's right, because on ESPN you just announced that you got married. Okay, I can understand that. And I said, well, and I treated him like I do everybody else on the first wave and stuff like that. I give him a warning because all it would have been was trespassing at that point. And was sent him on his way. I said, man, that was an excellent catch you did for the game-winning catch. And he's like, man, I appreciate it. And I said, well, you needed it after you had your shit kicked out of you and dropped the ball, man. And I was worried. And he kind of just looked at me crazy. But I actually did get an autograph out of it. And he's best smelling dude that I've ever came across in my entire life.
Yeah,
Worth is a big son of a gun, though. I've had to deal with him and his entourage. He's a huge son of a gun.
Who's that?
Al Kingsworth.
Oh, yeah.
That dude is like...
You say Hardin County.
What's that?
Did you say Hardin County?
No, Davidson. I think at the time Kenny lived somewhere in Brentwood, like in a condo or something. To go from people like Steve McNair or Eddie George, those legitimate legends, to what we got now, and then like that other guy, what was his name? Mariota. He was a jackass. He's like one of the rudest people that I've ever come across in Canada, because their training facilities right near our precinct that I was working out of.
See, I met him several times, and he was just as nice a guy as you want to be around.
Were you like just a normal person, or were you working in some sort of security element?
Oh, no, I just met him as a person.
Yeah, that's behind it. I mean, like when he's around fans, oh, he puts on the show. Super nice, super laid back. But like behind the scenes, that one dude who used to like, he had like a temper on the field. Light-skinned guy, really, he was a small guy, but really feisty. Finnegan, was that his name?
I'm not sure.
Portney Finnegan or something, Portney Finnegan. He left with Jeff Fisher. That dude was super duper cool. I could probably tell Titan stories all day long. Oh, gee. But I hope they make it, man. I still remember the exactly where I was during the Music City Miracle. If you ever need some, if you ever like, if you ever need tickets, I can probably get you a good.
Pay attention to pit road speed. We got a top official here today, guys. Thanks for reminder, piece of cues. Yeah, well, bring it down here. They just fucked us there. Make sure you do use the blend line when you leave pit road.
Get your internet
top
fixed.
official here today, guys. Thanks for reminder, piece of cues.
I guess I talked too much.
Was you talking to me?
No. I thought Ambrose's name. I asked if he could get his internet fixed. I never heard anything, so I said.
Oh, no, he's muted. He's got his mic off and his mute and his ear on.
Is this John Paul Larson any relation to Kyle Larson?
I have no idea.
Outside.
Y'all had a Truex
Still out there.
relative in here the other night.
They're outside.
Yeah, I booted one of his buddies. I booted one of his buddies, and I thought he intentionally wrecked me. Went back and watched the replay, and he was just trying to save it. So I sent him a private message.
It's really hard, man, when you're actually racing and trying to do racing control simultaneously.
Well, I was pushing the Truex kid, and I got right up to his bumper.
Outside.
And barely got into him, and it turned him. It was more of net code than anything. And then he came, like, went down below the yellow in my mirror and then came straight back into my door. So I was like, oh, hell no, dude, you're gone. I told him, you won't race here no more.
Clear high.
And then I went back and watched it. What happened was somebody behind on the outside of him turned into him, knocked him down low and got him loose, and that's why he come back into me. But he never keyed up and said anything.
I made that feature with my rear bumper crossing the line. I put a screenshot of it in the general chat. I don't know when it was. I think it was Saturday night. And 15 and 13, and they're off the chain.
Inside. Still inside. Clear low. Inside. Corner clear.
Oh.
My bad, TJ. My bad, TJ. My bad, TJ.
Good. You may want to keep an eye on the 15 and 13.
You're blinking out pretty good, number 8.
They're driving really crazy in practice.
Outside. Clear high.
You gonna run any practice laps?
Yeah, I just got
yeah, you are. Yeah, I just saw you right in front of me. Well, way ahead of me, but I'm coming out of the pit. I'll link up with you.
Well, I've already stopped. I'm going to watch them too, and I got to watch the 8. He keeps blinking. I'm going to kick him.
I mean, it's just practice, but a lot of times you can tell how somebody's going to act in a race, how they do in practice.
Well, it's kind of like playing football. You practice how you play, and the way me and Kush think about it is you practice the way you're going to race.
Man, it is so cold in my office, I'm actually shivering. Dutton came across.
I did, and I was training race control. I was waiting for the 8 to blink again, but now he's running decent. A while ago, he was everywhere.
He did that happened to Ambrose on Saturday. That shit scared the shit out of me, though.
Car 8 may need to go down pit road, see if you can get your connection fixed, man. You're blinking super bad, super bad. If you don't, we're going to have to remove you, and I don't want to do that if you can get it fixed for race time. You got 30 minutes. Now, if he doesn't go down pit road this time, since he didn't answer, bye, Felicia.
He done broke out the bye, Felicia. I love it.
He just blinked again.
I tried my hand at some dirt racing last night in the trucks. That shit ain't for me.
Nah. Yeah, you too.
It felt like trying to drive in Nashville with snow on the road. Looked like it too, with all the people just wrecking into everybody. Sad thing is, it was my dirt truck debut, and I finished 5th out of 25. I hope they start me at least in the top 6 on the heat racing this time.
I was gonna say, damn, he blinked a long time that time, but you removed him, so that's why he's not back.
Well, I mean, that's why I give him an option. You know, if you're listening and you're not muting everybody, and you got a mic, then you go, okay, man, let me get back around to pit road. Or when I say pit road, you'd have went pit road. He didn't, so bye.
Oh no, I get it. I thought it was just kind of funny. I'm sitting there waiting for him to pop back up and reading the messages. So that it was removed.
And I hate to do that to somebody that's just blinking, but I mean, if you're not going to acknowledge it, you put him in a race and ruins one of our races, and then we don't get in.
Worse than being driving, especially in VR, and having the guy in front of you just disappear off the track for more than a solid second, and you just don't have any idea where they're going to respawn. It's the worst.
Oh, I agree.
Zach is going to run in here. The band is back together, the original OG band.
Let me see.
Yeah, you can't tell me a guy don't have a mic. I mean, you got, you know, you can afford to do iRacing. I'm sure you can afford to have a mic. You know what I mean?
And he even had time to type something in, okay. But if he didn't have a mic, at least I know he was listening. No, a lot of them kids get in here and just mute everything.
Practice running the wall for a little bit. And a lot of times, and it's sad, but people join in and they think that it's like play hour for the practice, where you got people like me who's been working all week who are literally like honing in their driving so that they don't fuck up everybody. Like I practiced running outside line, inside line, yada, yada, yada. Too bad you can't like throw a red flag. That'd be kind of neat, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be. You know, you'd think they would add that because it's on a hosted race, because guess what? It's our dime, you know.
I would like to see, and I know they'll never do it, but like completely disintegrating the car like it would in real life on some really bad wrecks and implement some sort of fire. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I know that'll never happen, but it would add a strong sense of realism. I don't know if I asked you, but did you make the Nashville Super Speedway whenever they were here?
No, I didn't care to go. I live about 5 minutes from it. I sat on my front porch and listened to them go roundy round and watch the fireworks.
We went to the Busch race.